And it is a story that highlights the maternal death rates in this country, especially among black women. Olympic track star Tori Bowie, 8 months pregnant, was found dead. And an autopsy showed it was due, possibly in part, to complications from eclampsia. Here to share more on what eclampsia is and what we can do to control and treat it, we have Dr. Michele Voeltz with us this morning. Dr. Voeltz, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is a timely topic, although it's always timely to discuss this because I think it's still so surprising in this day and age. It is so easy to lose sight of the fact that out of all of the developed countries, the U.S. is not doing well on maternal mortality rates.
Unfortunately, we're not doing well, and we're getting worse.
Yeah.
Maternal mortality rates continue to increase in the United States.
And that's incredibly unfortunate. It opens up all kinds of questions on, what's happening and what we can do about it. And we do want to talk about eclampsia specifically. So let's just kind of dive right into this. What is it?
So eclampsia is a condition that generally results from preeclampsia, which is elevated blood pressure in pregnancy after the 20th week. If that elevated blood pressure comes on too quickly, or if it's untreated, then we can develop swelling in the brain, which can cause seizures and even permanent neurological damage.
How common is this?
Preeclampsia happens in about 5 to 8% of pregnancies. Eclampsia is relatively rare, with about 200,000 cases per year.
Okay, so is preeclampsia just sort of maybe your warning that something could worsen if you don't take care of this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Preeclampsia is our warning shot, and hopefully it comes on relatively slowly so that we can catch it.
Yeah.
Preeclampsia is characterized by elevated blood pressure after the 20th week of pregnancy, along with protein in the urine.
Okay. And so when something like this happens, we're hearing the Torie Bowie story, and people start searching for answers because you're looking at somebody that we can presume lived a very healthy lifestyle. So how does this happen? Talk to me about some of the risk factors, because there are a lot of them.
So preeclampsia doesn't discriminate. Preeclampsia is actually a disease of the vasculature, or the blood vessels. And if you have preeclampsia, even in a single pregnancy, you're twice as likely to die from cardiovascular disease as many as 30 years after that pregnancy. Preeclampsia has several risk factors, extremes of ages. So if you're under 17 or if you're over 35 at the time of your pregnancy, also pre-existing hypertension or high blood pressure, obesity, multiple gestation, so if you're pregnant with twins or triplets or more, and then black race.
Okay. And I think that's what's so interesting is there's so many different things that could be causing it, and sometimes you may not even know what's causing it. Is that a possibility?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so, you kind of talk about all these things, and it really does highlight why prenatal care is so very important, because between the difference between preeclampsia and eclampsia, I mean, that's what that's there for, is to help detect that early, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We want to find preeclampsia as early as possible before there can be any permanent damage. In addition to eclampsia, preeclampsia can also cause damage to the liver, damage to the kidneys, or fluid in the lungs, restricting the ability to breathe.
Okay, so once you're aware of it, what should we be doing to either control this or treat this and make sure it doesn't get to a point where it's potentially fatal?
So there's nothing you can do for preeclampsia at home. If you are pregnant and if your blood pressure is elevated, and in pregnancy that's greater than 140 on the top, 90 on the bottom, then you need to seek medical care immediately. Once you've sought medical care, we'll check to make certain that there's no protein in the urine. We'll also check your liver, your kidneys, your lungs. We used to say that the cure for preeclampsia was delivery, but unfortunately now we know that up to 10% of preeclampsia happens after the baby is born.
Wow.
So preeclampsia can happen in the postpartum period as well.
Which emphasizes the importance of still continued care even after you've had the baby.
Absolutely. We call that the fourth trimester. And it is important to continue your care, no longer prenatal, but postnatal care after the baby is born. I encourage all of my patients to really take control of your health. Get a blood pressure cuff. Monitor your blood pressures at home, because you may see me in the office and the blood pressure may look fine, but I see you for 0.01% of, the 3-month period in in between visits. And so we really need people to watch their own blood pressure. Also, advocating for yourself and having your partner advocate for you. The best medical providers are those that welcome questions.
Oh, that's an excellent point. And just quickly, when you're talking about blood pressure, I mean, this is something that could be elevated and you don't necessarily know it unless you're checking, correct?
Correct. Preeclampsia is asymptomatic. So there are no symptoms of preeclampsia until it becomes severe or until it becomes eclampsia. And in cases like Tori Bowie, that may be too late.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Dr. Michele Voeltz, thank you so much for terrific information. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And for more information on eclampsia, you can visit our website, fox5atlanta.com.